OK.
We're live, by the way. We're live. Welcome back to another episode of Kaptropik TV. And for those who just tuned in, I go by the name of BrickTopMastermind, one time for your mind, BrickTop to the top from the ground up. I got my main man with me, JayGwapoNoEgo. Welcome to the show. And all the way from ATL, we got RonyTV. Your news is my news. My news is your news. What's going on, fellas, man? What's going on? I think we got a serious topic tonight that we want to discuss with you guys. But before we go further, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Kaptropik TV. Don't forget to subscribe to RonyTV channel as well. You know what I mean? Don't forget to leave a comment. And, you know, we like to exchange with you guys, man. We need, we need some positive feedback or, constructive criticism as well. You know, we're here to build. We're here, to bring a change, instead of complaining all the time. You can find a solution because the topic today, RonyTV, it's institutionalized racism, better known as systemic racism. Oh, JayGwapo, you're back, man. So I'm gonna let you lead the way, man.
What's going on, fellas? The introduction again from BrickTopMastermind. We got RonyTV. Your news is my news, all the way from ATL.
Hey, I don't hear your sound. I don't hear your mic. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
1, 2.
Am I bugging out?
Can you hear me, Titan? I can't hear you though, Titan. Hold on. Is it because no, you're hold on just a second. Go ahead.
RonyTV.
Yes, I could see myself. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me, Titan?
Yes, I could hear you.
Can you hear me, BrickTop?
Clearly and precisely.
On my speakers. So, but if RonyTV can hear you, well, we could just go ahead and continue.
Okay. So yeah, we have a great show again today. Like BrickTop mentioned, we're going to talk about systemic racism, prejudice. There's a lot of action going on in Montreal, in the U.S. We're going to talk about different cases. We're going to go way back to the slavery time. So we're gonna start off first with BrickTop. Why don't you?
Well, first of all, because we need to have a proper ground of discussion. And what I mean by that is we need to have a proper definition of systemic racism so we can go on and have this discussion talking about prejudice or being a racist. What is it like? So we need to get down with a definition, and from there we can go further and discuss, man. Because what is systemic racism?
Before we go on, BrickTop, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Before we go on, why don't you let your people on Instagram, on the gram, did you let them know that we live? Do they know? Does your network know that we live right now?
You know how it is, man. You know how it is. They're gonna soon find out.
No, I know. Let them know. Let's give them time to chill, to relax, to sit down.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you're not hearing me, because it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge if you don't hear me when I try to talk to you.
I can hear you, but I just don't if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So we're live. Kaptropik TV. BrickTop Mastermind, one time for your mind, BrickTop to the top. You already know how we go. Yeah, RonyTV. So yeah, man, we talking about systemic racism. So I think JayGwapo, you can pull out the definition so we can go on, to get a proper introduction of what is systemic racism. So it's from Wikipedia. You already know, what I'm saying? So we're not going to go too further. So basically, systemic racism is a form of racism that is embedded as a normal practice within society or organization. It can lead to such issues as discrimination in criminal justice, employment, housing, and healthcare, political power, and education, among other issues. So you see, so I think that's a proper definition to start off our discussion on systemic racism and to see, like, what can we do about it? Because we're not only here to complain, we're not only here to whine, we're trying to find solution to, so we need to better ourselves and then work as a community and work with the powers that be so we can have a voice. So basically, I think, what I mean? So we need to have a voice, but we need to also come with something concrete. We can't only whine. We can't whine and complain. That's not it right now. That's not the wave right now. You need to gather yourself, get yourself together, and reinvent yourself.
Yes, and also talking about our personal experience. So some of you may or may not relate to what we experience, but it's pretty much we just want to let you know what we experience. And we can start off, Bricktop, with your experience a few years back, and then maybe go with the Camara situation, and then
Well, I would like to start off with the Camara
okay,
situation, maybe because it's more like what's going on right now. Like I've been following the story, and to tell the truth, it got emotional sometimes. You know what I mean? Because like you said, like I can't relate. You know what I'm saying? I can explain to you my past story, but right now I would like to focus on Mamadi Camara. So by now, if you haven't heard the story, you're probably living under a rock. You know what I'm saying? Basically, uh, point blank. So he got pulled over allegedly. That's the story. He got pulled over allegedly. He was on his phone. So he got pulled over by the cop, by the police officer. He got a ticket. Then the police officer was going back to his car. He got attacked from behind, and they stole his weapon. They fired at him, and I think he got injured. So I think he's okay now. I don't really know the details. So these are allegedly. So Camara was in his car, and he decided to call, 911 to say, "Hey, this is what's happening. Officer down. He needs some help." So when the cops came, they asked him questions, and at that time he was a witness, so he was in charge. So on his way home, when he talked to the police officer who got attacked, who got assaulted, then he was saying, "Well, I got hit from behind. It's probably the guy I gave the last ticket to." So that could be another topic, but uh, Camara even said that he can assure us that he wasn't on his cell phone. So right there, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't on his cell phone. So he ended up being accused of attempted murder on a police officer and
wow,
spent 6 days in jail.
wow.
And
Wow.
6 days in jail, but now he's been, like, they dropped all the charges, and even the MPs voted for him to be a permanent resident.
Hold on. Let's go. Let's go back. Let's. Yeah, I think it does needs some applause, But so Bricktop, I wanna make sure that I understand what just happened to Homeboy right now.
So that's a brief story. There's more details. There was a camera, like the CCTV filming and everything. So, but I just wanted to give you a brief resume so we can go on with the discussion. But go ahead.
So he got pulled over. A cop got injured.
Yeah.
He was in his car. He went home. Everything was good. They came back.
No, as on his way home, he saw that his street was blocked by police.
Okay, okay.
So there was no park. So he decided to park. So allegedly, the cops rushed him, threw him out of his car, put his foot on his neck, on his head, and he got arrested. And in his apartment complex, all the tenants had to leave their apartment so the police officer were able to make their search. They were looking for the weapon that they never found. So
And they're still looking for it, right?
well, they're still looking for the perpetrator. They're still looking for him, definitely. But this issue, I think, for this case, probably they were too quick to jump the gun. I understand that they wanted to make example because you cannot touch a police officer and be free and no not feel the repercussions. But maybe they were too quick to judge. So probably this it's the inquiry that's going to let us know what really went down. Because you have uh, the police version, you got Mamadi Kamara's version. He's been acquitted. They dropped everything. They even had to do a DNA. So
So yeah, so he got so no, they're starting to listen to Mama D's version, but before the
before
media was only showing the cops version of the situation, and everybody, like you said, everybody jumped the gun. Everybody assumed that he was guilty, not really knowing what really went down, So, and I do understand the cops, they have a tough job, a really tough job to protect us to against crazy
yeah,
guys, and then they every day their life is on the line. So I do understand that you don't want to take risk. You just like sometimes you just gotta use your instinct and what you were trained to change the situation. So I think that yes, there is a problem with I think how the cops are trained. Not all the cops, but some of them. There's definitely some issue, and if it wasn't if it wasn't because of the cameras, he probably would be still in jail right now.
definitely, definitely. So and while this well allegedly while this situation occurred, Mr. Kamara was sitting in his car, so he didn't move. And he said it on a TV show. He even said it. I was in my car. I didn't move. I didn't step outside my car. I was inside the car. So we like you said, the JayGwapo, we need a better training, most definitely. But try to put it into context. Let's say, for example, I'm a new police officer and I didn't grow up with a lot of ethnicity, like people from different background. And now I'm assigned to a neighborhood that is that is there's more ethnic groups in that
Neighborhood.
in the neighborhood. Exactly. You know, so therefore now maybe I can have a culture shock.
You will have a
You can
culture
have a
shock.
culture shock by the body language. You don't know. You haven't you didn't grow up with uh, probably like mostly black people or people from Indian descent or any other background. So there could be a culture shock. So I think we need to have a better training in that department to make sure that okay, uh, he's black, he has dread. That doesn't mean that he sells drugs. You know what I mean? It could be a doctor. It could be, a university student. It doesn't have to be a criminal because he has dreads, and So it's also the stereotypes that we have also. Because I was listening to the radio just the other day. They were saying that they had a survey saying that black people are 3% of the population in Canada, but we make 30% of the population in jail. You see, so the 3%. So I think that there's a problem right there, and they were saying also the Aboriginal, the natives here, the First Nation, they're 25%, of the population in Canada, and they're 5% of the population in jail. So that tells you like what is going on, really, like what is going on. Is it systemic racism? I don't think that. I would say from my experience, most people are not racist, but now we have to go look deep into the institution to find out, I guess.
RonyTV, I know, again, Canada is so close to the U.S. With the U.S., the civil rights movement, it's been there for a while. People are, quick to say that Canada is not the same. We're not as radical. What do you have to say about that? How do you see it on your hand with everything that happened so far in the U.S.? What do you think? Is there anything that's systemic racism?
But we have to go to the DNA of the American, the law is embedded into the system. But like Justice say, we're not there to always point finger. We got to find a solution. So yes, indeed, they had the black code in on the 1865 after the civil rights movement. So they wanted to control the black people. They want to, make them not to access jobs, make them to, even if they had education, sometimes some people could offer them a better job. They said no. They had some law against that. So yes, it's embedded into. I could say Martin Luther King is victim of that systemic racism. I could say Malcolm X is victim of systemic racism. And further again, remember. I don't know if you remember. How could I say that again? Amadou Diallo in 1999 in Brooklyn. Got shot also. And Rodney King.
Rodney King, yep.
So the systemic
Marcellus
racism.
François, QC.
This is in Canada. So we do have, a lot of, a big road to cross. We got a long way to do. So every time it seems like we're trying to find a solution, we got shut off. Even the Black Panthers was victim of.
In America, it's also an economic, dilemma. If you have money, you can get a good lawyer, and you can get scot-free. Or if you have no money, you can be innocent, but you will be found guilty because you don't have proper representation.
So money is a solution then? Is money a solution?
No, but we need to educate ourselves. I'm not saying that money, but it has to bring political power. What I mean by political power is your vote has to count. You know what I mean?
Can you say that again, BrickTop, one more time for the mind?
Political power. You have to find a way to count. Like it has to weigh on the scale. You know what I mean? So that's why I said the economic, because it's not only economic. It's not only aspect, but it's the part. It's a part of it. So I really think that with education, it's always something that it keeps repeating ourselves. But what I mean by education, you don't have to go to college or university, but learn with the technology, adapt yourself in any, educate yourself. Better
I
yourself every day. We're going to change each other. How are we going to go further if none of us are able to, to take a stand and decide to change your path and behavior, and instead of complaining, trying to find, okay, I know this is what's happening right now for my people. What can we do to unite and to build a political front and to be respected? We have political leaders here, but I don't think that they get respected, or they get news coverage. So that's why we have to be our own media, and we have to promote ourselves in a different light than other media will project African Americans or minorities.
So, Ronnie TV, you were saying you wanted to add some more to it?
Black Lives Matter will be nominated for Nobel Prize. So this is big. We got to come together. We got to create. Yes, we have to create media. We have to create a consortium. We have to create awareness. We have to be together as one. And I'm sure be a volunteer on the those organizations, trying to be proactive. I don't know what you guys do, and in terms of the Black Coalition and Canada, but we do have Black Lives. It's coming all over.
I want you to go back on what you said about Black Lives Matters, because that's an interesting point. For me, I think that it was a powerful movement because it was not only Black people who were involved. You had white peoples, you have like millennials, young people. I think that's what really made a change, because, like you said, Martin Luther King, he was marching. Malcolm X, they all march, but there was only Black people. And now I think we're trying to change the narrative. Now we're seeing that everybody's is fed up, so we can see what's going on, and we need to change that.
But I want to add also, remember, slavery was not abolished by only Black people. Yes, you're right. Black Lives Matter. You have a lot of different ethnicity in Black Lives Matters, but slavery also was they was helping white people, was helping to abolish slavery also. So we need to come together, and like as a human being first, and make sure the oppressor you know shut down. You got to shut down the oppressor. So we need to hold hands together and go to those meetings. And like somebody said, one of our presidents said, it's what you could do for your country. It's not what your country could do for you. So yes, money have to be involved, but I'm thinking it's more community involvement. It's more the people, power to the people. That's when you say power to the people.
Solution. That's the solution. Power to the people. Be the media. Your news is my news.
That's correct. That's for me. That's a start. But if they give me for sure,
I totally agree, RonyTV. But let's not forget that in order to change the system, you got to infiltrate the system. So if we put ourselves apart, I think there's more minorities that should integrate the police force. Like to have like young minorities to be proud to be a police officer and doing something great for the country and for the community. We need that. You know what I mean? We just because basically what we see more often is, okay, basketball star, the singer, an athlete, but we need to find also other venues, because we cannot just only focus on entertainment. We have to focus also on edutainment. Shout out to Keras One. So that's what we got to do, man. So we need to get involved, like you said, definitely. But we need to get involved with the system also.
One thing that we have to take into consideration as well is that you made a great point, Ronnie TV, when you said that the white were also involved in slavery in trying to abolish slavery, because you have to remember slavery was not illegal. Let me repeat that: slavery was not illegal. So the people that were in power decided that yeah, it was okay to treat another human being as second class citizen, to benefit from his hard work with no pay, no advance, no Louis V bag, no Gucci belt,
Yep.
and work. And then shout out to some white people. They say, you know what? That ain't right. That ain't right. We have to fix this. So yeah, they decide to help us. I said us because I feel that we all part of it. It's not because it happened.
Abraham Lincoln.
Exactly. Shout out to Abraham Lincoln. So we're here. The reason why we can freely talk about this, we can also raise our voice when problems like that occur. It's because of our ancestors that did that before. Them
The founding father.
exactly. They were pretty much waiting to
You know
be
what?
lynched, stabbed, shot, burnt, whatever. Right now we don't have that situation, so we cannot stop. We cannot let them tell us that what you're doing is for no reason. It's not going to amount to nothing. We got to, for them, we have to push forward so that our children, the next generation coming up, will not face the same dilemma.
So another solution is to be an entrepreneur, like basically, for what you're saying, like to take care, to be able to take care of your family and to be independent. And by being
Do we say
entrepreneur,
what?
you leave generational wealth to your family. Not just a
Do you
paycheck to
say?
paycheck, but to
Do you
create a
say we?
wealth, sustainable
Do we say
wealth.
black handout? That's what we're saying.
But I think no, because remember, like you had cities in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street. You had black African American to be very prosperous and successful, and to have their own, but they didn't have the
They
same
swallowed it.
opportunity. But they were doing very well. But then I believe that's my opinion. When the government started to give handouts, this is where
They control you.
they control you, because I'm asking for help. I don't need help. You know what I mean? I need to be able to provide for myself and my family. So maybe because if you have everybody in a project, like everybody on food stamp, no incentive to educate your mind or to change neighborhood, you know, to go somewhere where the environment is better for kids growing up.
So
So
speaking of black entrepreneur, we're gonna give
yeah,
a shout out to a sponsor
yo,
for
shout out.
this first episode of Kaptropik TV. Longer Cosmetic.
Medic, man. Whoa, shout out, man. I think we have a commercial, man.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and we're back. RonyTV. We know that in some cities in the United States, you have a police officer with the body cam. In certain states in America. Here, I think Do they have it in Toronto, JayGwapo? Because here, oh,
Yeah.
you have it in Toronto.
Actually, there
Yeah,
was
I
that.
thought,
Yeah, go ahead, RonyTV.
no, I think they were doing a lot. I'm sure, pretty sure. Why don't you Google that and state a fact?
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that, but I think, well, just to give you a brief understanding of what's going on, is that actually the SPVM went to Toronto to do a case study on body cam on police officer. They wanted to understand everything. They wanted to understand the logistic behind it and some of the issue, problem, challenges that may occur. And they came back and they decided not to use body cam on police officer.
But why?
I
What
think
was
for
the
me it's
main
a
reason?
mistake because it can be a solution. I think for what we're experiencing right now with systemic racism.
Yeah, but JayGwapo, why did they refuse it? What was the reason behind it? Like,
Well, I think it's also has to do with money, right? It takes a lot of money to put that in place, and again they keep comparing ourselves to the Americans, and they're saying that, oh, we're not a country like the American. We don't really need that right now. You know, we have better other things to prioritize in order
well,
to
you're right, but I think even within the prime ministers, they don't see eye to eye because our Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says there is systemic racism and in all institution, but our Prime Minister in Quebec says there's no really we cannot say that there's systemic racism. So if in your mind you cannot admit it that there is, how are you going to be able to fix it if for you there's no such thing as systemic racism? So we have to make sure that we're on the same level playing field and we see eye to eye because that can bring confusion, you know. It's not clear. So is there, and because people might feel offended when you said systemic, when you say systemic racism, it's not to be offended. It's to understand that sometime if you're young, you're black, and you're looking for an apartment, uh, maybe it will be more rigorous for you to get it, more question. More credit check, or that's something that could be easily done. But there's tribulations like that. There's hurdles, you know. So if you haven't experienced it, you're not going to understand it. So that's why with communication, with talking to people, we could say, okay, well, okay, trying to live one day in my shoes to see how it is. Sometimes, because if you never got pulled over by the police because you had a nice car, because for you there's no systemic racism. For some people, they will tell you, if I go to a place in the suburb of Montreal, I think it's Repentigny,
damn,
and
yeah, that's
or
like
Terrebonne, they saying that black people get arrested
all the time.
driving or any type of car. So
Wow.
So do you think they should have a camera on it on in their car as well, just so that people know what they're experiencing every day on a daily basis?
Of
I think the
course.
technology, like we were just saying, for Mamadi Camara. So if it wasn't for the camera from the Quebec transport, they had the camera so they could actually see that no, that wasn't him. He was sitting in his car. So I think technology plays a big part of it, and it will also protect police officer because you
Yes.
would have known who hit him from behind, with the camera, while turning around, or everything it would have been on film, and probably would have a proper look than a camera from a public area. you know. So I think it's a win-win for the community and for law enforcement because they're doing a tough job. You know, look, somebody gets shot at, you get hit from behind, so it can happen. You can easily lose your life. So I think that will protect a police officer and law enforcement. Like I said, the job is stressful, and without proper training, things can get out of hand.
All right, so I want you guys to take a look at this article that I found. It's from Global News. Okay, it's about pretty much they said that the Sûreté du Québec bought 169 body cameras 3 years ago
Okay.
and
Wow.
never used them. So, yeah, it's a good
They hide
question.
it
Why?
something.
Why didn't they use it? What's the reason? Is it logistic? Then again, we're putting millions of dollars to put light on a bridge. I think it's
So,
beautiful. I think it looks good, But how come a project like that was able to happen, and now something that's I think it's in today's day and age, you have to use technology in any shape or form to introduce that into our day-to-day life. We're doing it at work. Police can also use that. When you go for a hearing, when you're in jail, they use videos now. You don't need to travel to go to court. So why not use that as well? Ronnie TV, you got
Definitely.
something to add?
but
Yeah, man.
maybe
Well,
I'm thinking it's like you said, logistic. It's cost effective and also intrusion of privacy life. They need to change the law. I believe there's a lot of complexity on that, but I'm sure they will do it. Hopefully, it's a proactive city, and I'm sure they will do it. But they can't wait too long. There's people dying. There's people. I mean, black people dying. Latinos dying too. So they need to, work fast and make it happen. I'm sure. I mean, I guess that could be again something how could I say that the representative of your politician could help you to get more votes, more action, more proactive action, so to make that law, arrive to. And the Senate and the where it's supposed to vote and to make that ready to so they could have that 169. So it never used that. I
I
don't
would say, I
understand.
would say also, I would say anybody that gets racial profiling like often should get at least a camera in his car as a protection of
Oh,
security. You know, instead of being because that could de-escalate. It's just having a
yeah,
camera.
So that's a
yeah. I used
solution.
to
Using
have
technology, it's a solution.
yeah. I used
Technology
to
is
have.
definitely a solution,
I remember
definitely.
I came out. You get a camera in your car, and that will secure yourself. That will secure also the passenger. So yeah, that's pay off. Now all the cab have their how you call that again? Their GPS and dash cam. So
Yeah.
yes,
So
they should
definitely.
have all that. I'm sure. Now we do have even jogger. Sometimes I don't want to say why people are they advanced, but sometimes there's white people jogging. You see them with their camera, the bicycling. We see them with their camera, their GoPro in their head, and so we got to be like that too. I'm not trying to say be high, scared of how it's carried about. The phone is a camera. You have your phone. I don't think you should need another expensive. You have your phone. Unless you have your phone, and
In
hey,
Canada, if you're driving, you cannot use your phone. You see,
but
you
there's a
cannot
law,
use your
and
phone in
there's
Canada.
a
It's
law, and
illegal.
Free hand
there's a law.
camera.
There's a law in Georgia. You're allowed to use your mobile phone, but it's got to be handheld.
Yeah.
You got to put it in and in the
Yeah, you gotta put
holder,
it
and so
yeah,
that's it.
yeah, exactly. But so for to wrap it up, is there any change? Because I'm watching. I'm going way back now. I'm watching all the old black exploitation movies. The Mandango, the drum, all of the black exploitation, and it seems that the problem that we're facing right now is the same problem they've been facing 20, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200 years. So is there any change? You guys find there's progression for us?
There's progression, but it could be better. There's flaws. It's not perfect, but there is progression. But the problem is not the people, it's the institution, I believe. Because the
But
common man is to be with his friend and family and live a peaceful life. So it's the problem is not the people. I honestly believe that my encounter with people here living in Montreal, 99.9% people are not. They could be prejudiced, but racist. Racist is like if you stop me from eating. So I never encountered that so far.
me, uh, are you finished? Me, I encounter a prejudice, but I want to say also to the hip hop community, if you want to sell, do not put like naked woman and trying to showcase superficial life, and that's what is going to point us. You said these people, that's how they live, that's how they are. They're killing each other, blah 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 blah. And if I don't see hip hop as we had a golden era of hip hop, but we don't have. I don't think we there's an evolution again. It's still going somewhere we don't know. And they said the dark web is going in the dark hip hop. I could say, but if we're part of the solution, it's got to be in all aspect of our lives, not only because it's Black History Month. We're doing some debate, we're talking, trying to be positive, but also it's after that. It's got to be in the way or action. A leader, if you are a musician, if you are actor, a politician, if you're police, my people will back in 10 years, my people will say, oh, this guy conduct himself, this guy honor the race, whatever you could say, honor the human being race. Because for me, I think we're in a dark era.
All right, yeah, you're right. We could go on and on and on about this
Yeah.
topic, right? But I think we're gonna have to come back to that another on another live, and talk to and have
We
more
can have
discussion.
part two, man. JayGwapo, we can have part two, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have part two, definitely. So we're gonna finish this live with our cooking show again. We're like you guys already know, we're gonna have our last episode of Cape Tropic TV. We're gonna move on to a new show. It's gonna be pop-up news where we're gonna go live, and then also down the line we're gonna go with Geop TV as well, and then come back again with Cape Tropic TV for another season 2 actually. So anything else to add, guys, for in order to
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, people. We appreciate the support. You know what I'm saying? It's Cape Tropic TV. We here. We uploading a lot of videos. So stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment.
what about you, RonyTV? Anything to add?
Yo, shout out to my people on Facebook, on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe to KapTropik TV, please, because that's the way. That's the spark. That's the spark you provide us. That's the pushing you provide us, and that's the go get her. That's what you provide us. So we can't stop and because of you, that's how we're here, you know. So stay tuned, and hey, happy Black History Month every day, all the year.
Great, great. Thank you,
Great,
Ronnie
great.
TV.
Thank you.
So now, I think on my side, I think we came in, we come a long way, and but there's a lot of work to do. We're doing a lot of stuff to trying to entertain, educate, whatever, you know, just have a discussion with you guys. So yes, subscribe, leave comments, and also if you need help for any production related work, we're here to help. We're here to consult. If you want to, we need advice on whatever. Just send us a DM. We'll gladly will help you. So we're gonna wrap it up with our cooking show, and then we're gonna see you in the next video.